You can chase the next wave, or you can start it. Today we're building it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the theater. All right, if you're new here, I'm Andre. And I've been producing for years. I've made thousands of beats. I build sounds for brands and artists. It's just what I do. And today I'm gonna build something expansive and expressive. Then I'm gonna send it to Crypto, and he's gonna take it someplace I wouldn't go. Then I'll take it back and find what survives. Today it's collab energy, baby. Let's get it. Look. All right, let's start at 130, and I'm fucking with F, I feel like. Now let's start in Serum here. And just dig into some of these bass sounds from the Dark Dream, because these joints are always so lovely. All right, I know you felt it. 8 bars that hit, you loop it, and then it's done, right? But the problem is there's no journey in it, nothing unexpected, nothing that makes the listener feel like they've gotten taken somewhere. I think something like that I kind of did. Oof, that A sharp is kind of hard. It's not in this key, but fuck it, it sounds really good. Kind of gives you that tension. Now I feel like let's get in the lead and start playing a little bit. All right, here I'm digging into the leads back in our Serum bank. The sound we're after has history in it. That buzz, that warmth, that thing that feels alive rather than precise. Okay, and here in the global settings in Serum, there's so many attributes that you can adjust to give it that unstable kind of analog vibe, right? So pan, detune, cut off, these are all attributes you can animate in sort of a round robin fashion, right? So here we're just panning some of these. And we can detune them just to cut off a little bit. I kind of like that. And this goes back further than you think. This is industrial, early electro, the whole tradition of machines that breathe. I love taking that lineage and pushing it to someplace new. And let's tame some of these detunes. It's already kind of pretty unstable. Let's replace these out with a little bit more rhythm here, right? We're looking for something that's familiar enough to pull you in, but strange enough to hold you there. Already feel ambitious. And this progression is over 16 bars. So it gives it a little bit more variety for him to work with. Here I'm gonna dig it back into the Dark Dream and go to our instrument one shots. Our synth longs just have so much character. Here I'm thinking about range, right? How far can this go? What lives at the edge of it? Oh, something like this. Explosion needs runway. You build wide before you build tight. Sometimes I like just to make these really fragmented midis. That's almost there as a starter. It's just a good vibe to set the collaboration on its course. But let's see if we can add a couple more things. Here I'm just found another lead in Serum here. And I kind of like it, the higher register. Here, just 2 notes is a little accent. Just gives it a little. What about a little intro? I'm just gonna duplicate this, pop it on a different Serum instance. You know, I think that needs a little portal. All right, I built it, right? Now I'm too close to hear it anymore. And there are edges in your own work you can't see from the inside. The best curation doesn't come from you. It comes from someone who walks in from the outside. They don't know what you intended. They only know what they hear, and that gap is where the truth is.
Like my goal for this section of the video is to give it like a little bit of structure. I want to turn this into a more comprehensive idea, you know what I mean? So I think what I'm going to do for this one, I think I'm just going to cut out a little section of this. I'm going to put some effects on it and I'm just going to pull it wherever. Maybe fade it in a little bit. Oh yeah. We could try to put some effects on that. Little gem for you. If you use FL Studio, Effector is such a goated plugin. I'm just gonna use the lo-fi function here, and I'm gonna move this around until I find a setting that I like. Ooh. Yeah, that's nice. And the real power of this plugin is in the X mod and the Y mod function. Oh, you hear that? Like, that's so crazy, you know, and it's a free plugin, it's already on your device. Okay, maybe more movement. I'm just gonna try to find something in Portal. Okay, I think we could export this out now and maybe cut it up again. Okay, let's move to the next layer. Oh. Yeah, okay, nice. I like that as well. I think I'm not gonna put any effects on that because it's already hella processed, so. I feel like these two elements are competing for the same space. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna pitch this one down an octave. If you don't know, I'm trying to make a lot of free banks this year. And I'm making one for Vital right now. I've got like 50 presets in there, completely free. So check me out and download it. Oh yeah. I think it kind of I feel like it's kind of not present enough, so I think I want to put some distortion on that. I don't know, let's see. I feel like the progression could be a little bit more spacey. Okay, and now I'm gonna put some effects on the melody bus. Okay, I think the only thing I want to do is like add a second bass line to this. I just want to offer a different progression. Yeah, you know what? I think not more than that. Okay, I think this is basically done. I'm just gonna get rid of the little clicks and then I'm gonna send it over to Andre. Andre, thank you for having me. I'm hyped for the final product.
Bro cooked on this one. He took it someplace I wouldn't have, for sure. And that's the whole point. When a composition has real range, a second set of hands finds edges you couldn't see from inside. And he pushed on the parts that could take the pressure, broke the parts that couldn't. What came back is way more concentrated. It's kind of got that distillation effect in it. Now I'm looking at what survived, right? And I'm building around that. Collaboration removes everything that isn't load-bearing. He was at 170, I'm dropping it down to 151. Been working at F. Maybe we go to C. All right, creation sprawls, right? Curation shrinks. And I'm interested in that tension between them, right? That dynamic. Okay, I like that. Now we're just listening for those parts and just starting to chop. Now we got a nice little arrangement of his melody. And I dropped out some of these little parts because I like it. Just to give it a little bit more of a break. Add that rhythm to it. Now that I've got his idea laid out, going back into Serum here. I like that. Here I'm just dropping some ShaperBox on here. Just doing a 4-bar escalation. And I've got Black Magic on glitch again, just to kind of break shit up. Yeah, that's hard. Here, dig into a second lead. Maybe something arpeggiated. Oh, I like that. Think about the loops that move you, the ones that feel like they know something you don't. And that's not an accident. That sample is carved from something that traveled. It carries that memory. The sample has history. Ooh, ooh. It's feeling good. Let's put some drums on this. Start with the 808. Drop a kick in, just give it that little punch. And the snare. Just sprinkling in, changing these velocities just to give them a little bit more variety. Here, put some little rolls in. Here, just some simple two-step hats with a little bit of a roll for this second part. This is a journey. You want it to have nice moments. Take that distillation, turn it now into expansion again. For beat part, I also like adding a clap. An open hat. Nice and subtle. Here, a second open hat just to punctuate the claps. Little perk. Just a little punctuating joint. It's almost there. I feel like just maybe a couple little, I don't know, little Vox things, little perk accompaniments, effects. They'll just give it a little bit, that final finishing touch. The loop is the distillation, the composition is the source. You push it to the edges, you put it in dynamic with that curation function, and it eliminates what's superfluous. What survives that process is the thing nobody else could make because nobody else made your journey. Parts were just dropping out moments, just letting them be minimalist. These low risers here, last bit that just gives it that finishing touch. All right, this is the engine, right? Create fearlessly, curate ruthlessly. That's not a motto, that's a methodology. Every time you open a session and push it further than feels comfortable, then put it in dynamic with something that challenges it and find what survives. That's the next wave. You gotta think like an artist, not like a loop maker. And the Dark Dream was built from this same thinking. Everything in this session lives inside it. Link below, cop it. Oh, and free samples hit the email list monthly. So hop on there because that's where everything drops first. All right, create fearlessly, curate ruthlessly. Love you all, peace.